In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Chaty on your WordPress website in 5 simple steps. Step 1. Download or install Chaty. So if you want to download it from inside WordPress, you just come over to plugins, add new plugin, and on the upper left corner, you just type Chaty. And as you can see, the first one says Chaty. So that is the one that you want to install. I already have it installed. That's why it says active. So all you have to do is press the install now button so it will install and then activate it. Once the plugin is installed and active, you will see it on the left side of your WordPress panel. I had previously created a widget with Chaty, and as you can see, I can edit it, I can duplicate, rename, or delete it. I can also add live chat. So what I'm going to do here is just delete this widget, and it's asking me if I wanted to delete it. So I'm going to say delete widget. So this is the window that you're going to see the first time you come into Chaty after installing and activating the widget. So here I'm going to say create widget. And this takes me to the next step, which is to choose your channels. By default, WhatsApp and phone are the two selected channels. I'm going to remove the phone channel and I'm going to add an email channel. So I'm going to work with this one, which is WhatsApp, and I'm going to work with email, and it's adding the email settings here. So let's just start off with WhatsApp. Here's pretty simple. What I have to do is to enter my phone number in this empty field. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I've entered my phone number. The next option is enable WhatsApp chat widget, and as I hover my mouse over this exclamation mark, it shows me what it looks like. So if I want it, I can enable it and customize it. So if you want to use this option, you can definitely customize the information. For example, it says, how can I help you? And that is a message that you see here. Then the headline says, let's chat on WhatsApp, and is the one that you see here in green. Also, you can change the header background color, which is this one, and the text input placeholder message says write your message, and is the one that you can see here. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to use this option, so I'm just going to go ahead and disable it. Other options here says to show on desktop or mobile device. They're both turned on. I can disable it or hide it if I want, but I'm going to just leave it on. I'm now going to go to settings and I'll get more options. For example, the icon appearance. So if I want it, I can change the color. And as you can see, it changed the color here. I can actually put a blue icon color and it changes it to blue. So I'm just going to leave it green. On hover text, I can leave it as WhatsApp. And as you can see, that is what you should see when you hover your mouse over the icon, WhatsApp, it says. And this option here says use WhatsApp web directly on desktop. So I want to have that checked or enabled. As for email, I will have to enter my email here. So I'm just going to type that now. And if I go to settings, I can also change the icon color, and the unhover message, it says email, and you can see it says email here. And with that in place, let's go to the next step, which is to customize your widget. So I'm going to hit widget customization. This is pretty simple. It gives me a simple view option. And as you can see, that is the one that is enabled here. And I can also select the widget icon. So let me just go ahead and probably use this one here. And it changes it to that icon. Position left, right is pretty self-explanatory. If I put left, it goes to the left. If I put right, it goes to the right. Now, default state, click to open, or hover to open, or open by default. Let me just leave it in click to open. And this option here, default state, is what happens when the page loads. So if you want it to open by default, then just put open by default. Or if you want it to open only when you hover over it, then just select hover to open or click to open, whichever one that you want to use. Widget icon color, you can change that if you want. You can actually put black, or you can actually put green or purple. Widget size, also very self-explanatory. I'm going to leave it in medium, but I can also put it small or large or extra large. So I'm just going to leave it in medium. And the call to action message says contact us, which is the one that you see there. Or if I want, I could actually change that to reach out. Reach out. Call to action behavior, it says choose how the call to action button will appear. Hide after first click, hides the call to action button after the first visit. If you select the second option, the call to action stays visible at all time. So it depends if you want to show it at all time or you just want to hide it after the first click. I personally like that it's shown all the time. Call to action text color is black and the background is white, which is fine for me. Google Analytics and background blur effects, those are pro features, so you'll have to upgrade. Icons view, will you like it to display vertical or horizontal? For example, it's set to vertical, so it comes up here, but if I want it, I can just choose horizontal, and as I click, it will display in a horizontal way. I like it vertical, so I'm going to keep it that way. Attention effect will appear on your site until your website visitor engages with the widget for the first time. So I can set it to bounce, and as you can see, it's a different effect or waggle or something like that. I'm just going to put none. And then messages, I like this feature because it creates a sense of urgency on the website visitor. So I'm just going to turn it on, and I'm just going to set this to 3 messages there. So you will see that it displays a number 3 there, and you can actually change the number color and the background color. All this does is tell the visitor that there are pending chats, which is probably not true, but it creates a sense of urgency so that they will open and chat, which is what you want. And font family, I'm just going to leave it as system stack. Now let's go to the next step, which is triggers and targeting. And this one is very easy. What I can do here is set a trigger when this icon is going to appear. So I would like it to display after X amount of seconds on the page. I would like it to display when the visitor is about to leave the page. I would like it to display after X amount of percentage on the page. So let's use this one here. And let's turn off this one here. Display after, I'm going to put just 40% on the page, so the person will have to actually scroll down so that they will see it coming up on their page. After 40%, then the widget will appear. And these are different rules that you can add. For example, show on pages, or date scheduling, or days and hours. All of these are rules that you can add only if you upgrade to the Pro version. So if you want to unlock extra features like advanced customization, rules, and CSS options, you can upgrade using the link in the description of this video. This is my affiliate link, which means I may earn a small commission if you decide to purchase, but at no additional cost to you. And the last thing you want to do is save widget. And as you can see, your setting has been saved, so it saved the widget, and it's now time to check it out on the website. And just before I see what it looks like on my mobile device, I'm going to clear the cache on my website. So clearing the cache ensures that changes will take effect. So I'm coming over to one of my posts, and I'm going to just select quick edit here. I'm going to enter a space and just update. So that will clear the cache on my website. So here am I on my mobile device, and I'm going to refresh the website, and I'm going to scroll down, and about 40% after I scroll down, I should see the call to action. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm scrolling down. As you can see, there's no call to action, but it's going to appear in just a couple of seconds. So as you can see, it did come up with the reach out call to action on the lower right corner, and the pending messages says 3. So if I touch the call to action button, it comes up with the WhatsApp icon and the email icon. And if I touch the email icon, it prompts me to open with Gmail. So if I do so, it will definitely take me out to Gmail where I can send the email to the person. Now I'm going to touch the WhatsApp icon, and it should open up directly on WhatsApp. And what I have to do here is to type a message. So I'm just going to say hello, and I'm going to hit the send button, and the message has been sent. Now, if you want to have better customization, add rules, CSS, and install on multiple sites, click on the link in the description of this video to unlock the Pro features. And now, stay with me to watch more videos about WordPress chat solutions.